Who? Who is Steve Stevens? Where is Steve Stevens? Is Steve Stevens even real? Is it his real name? This man is captivating the nation. Even though I don't know if captivating is the correct terminology. He gunned down Robert Godwin Sr. yesterday afternoon, Sunday, Easter Sunday, in cold blood on a sidewalk in Cleveland, Ohio. Live streamed it on Facebook. Mentioned that he had killed 14 others, and that Mr. Godwin would be number 15. Was spotted all over Cleveland yesterday as I was listening to the scanner feed. Was not found. There were breaking reports this afternoon, Monday, that he had been spotted in Philadelphia, which resulted in 9 schools being locked down. It has now been concluded that he has not indeed been spotted in Philadelphia. But during the search for this Steve Stevens, heartbroken over a fallout of sorts with a Joy Lane. And where is Joy Lane? Who is Joy Lane? As he decided to go on this killing spree, the Cleveland police pulled over B. Rich, Brian Richmond. B. Rich is a name that some of you may know him by at Independent Citizen News, because the LA police had been notified and therefore notified the Cleveland police, who were watching the live stream that Brian was broadcasting, that Brian may have been a vigilante and needed to be pulled over and checked out. So 10 Cleveland police officers were involved in the stopping and pulling over of Brian Richmond. So they found Brian Richmond, but they didn't find Steve Stevens. Now, Brian was subsequently let go and told to cease and desist from his activities, even though he was merely out attempting to live stream a breaking and fluid story, the search for Mr. Stevens. He wasn't behaving as a vigilante at all. And it was reported that there were individuals walking around Cleveland with rifles looking for this Steve Stevens. Now, I wonder if they were stopped. But where is this guy? Is he even real? And could you consider the possibility? It may be a very, very remote possibility, but the possibility that this is a staged event. For whatever reason. I mean, there's all sorts of theories and opinions floating around in cyberspace. There are some out there that flat out don't believe that this actually happened, that the whole thing has been staged for, again, whatever reason, possibly as a distraction from something larger and more significant, even though I think that a 78-year-old man who only had a plastic bag in which to defend himself, he being shot down in cold blood, certainly is beyond terrible. But perhaps this whole thing is staged, is a show. to keep those of us who watch focused on it while something else happens. Maybe it's a ploy to finally go for that gun grab that gun owners have been concerned about now for a number of years, that was believed to be more likely, I should say, to happen during Barack Obama's administration. Now, from where I sit right now, I believe that this has happened. This is a real crime. But the circumstances around this are very peculiar. This whole thing smells funny. That I will say. The fact that he could be, who knows where, gone, like a vapor, without a trace, other than his phone having been pinged once or twice in Ohio, Erie, Pennsylvania, and perhaps it was pinged in Philadelphia, even though I believe it was eyewitness reports that led to the search in Philadelphia. And certainly the man does have a fairly common look. I wonder how many other men have been stopped and questioned because they look so much like this Steve Stevens. Honestly, the guy looks familiar to me. He does. When I saw this yesterday, when this first broke, I thought, gosh, I've seen that guy somewhere before. I don't know where. I don't know under what circumstances. But I thought, man, I've seen that guy. He looks familiar to me. But it could be that he just has a very familiar look. He looks not unlike so many other men. So I could just be mistaking what I thought to have been him for some other unrelated individual that I've seen somewhere in my day-to-day. But what do you think of this? When will this guy get caught? Is he still alive? Has he not taken his own life? Will some real vigilante, not an independent journalist, but will some real vigilante take him out? Will he go uncaptured for weeks, days, months, who knows how long? What really, truly has happened here? Is it all a smokescreen? Is it all smoke and mirrors, a distraction? Look over here, Steve Stevens. Look over here. Whatever else. Russia, North Korea. Who knows? All I know is that this is a very perplexing, very evil, very gut-wrenching, and very confusing situation. I'd be interested to know what you think. God bless you, folks. This is Jim signing off, and I will see you soon.